Hello, boss man. This is Casual Chaos. Um, right here, bringing you with bringing my Leomon deck out there. So I have been winning locals with it. Or I have won locals with it. It wasn't like a big tournament. It was like I think it was like a remote locals with like 4 people. So I'm not telling you like it's like the greatest, but I have won locals with it, and I have won against Black or Greymon, one against Bellsmon, one against Red Hybrid, Blue Fair, other competitive decks. And I haven't really messed around with it too much since BT11, so it is kind of out of date. But there's not much that you would change from it, so that's why. And I'll tell you the stuff that would change. So pretty much the reason I'm making the video is because I already put it out there. Someone on the Discord group that I'm in asked how they could make a Leomon deck great or like good, and I told them like, and the deck they built was like removing digi sources. But I don't think that's great at all. Like removing the digi sources from a Digimon, because the Digimon's still there. So I don't. That's not so. That's what he was kind of basing on. It looks like. So I told him like, this is the way you want to make the Leomon deck work, and it's awesome. It kicks butt. And yeah, so I pretty much just wanted to show you guys my Leomon deck. And yeah, so this is my Leomon deck. The guy that I didn't really just outright give him the deck, because I don't really like to do that. I wanted them to kind of, or like if I'm helping out to make a deck, I want you to kind of like think of your own build, not just like net deck or whatever like that. So I kind of wanted to get him there to where he could make his own build, and by doing that, it kind of gave me some ideas as well. So that's why I usually like doing that, because it gives like, if I just give you outright what my deck looks like, you might not mess around with too much with it, and you're like, oh, this works, whatever. But if I show you where, if I teach you how to fish, something like that, whatever, you might do a little bit better. So this is pretty much my Leomon deck. I'll go over it and how it kind of works a little bit. So as far as my eggs, I play this Bakuman. When you play a Digimon from one of your Digimon Digivolutions, gain memory. So it's pretty cool. You just gain a bunch of memory with this deck. So that's why it's able to kind of counteract Bellsmon and just pretty much any deck, because you gain so much memory. As far as my rookies, I play 4 Gabumon. The guy posted another Gabumon. That Gabumon, when attacking, I think lets you get a tamer. I think it's a really good card during early game, but like late game, or maybe not. I don't know. I need to test play it myself. But that I was considering it, but when I thought about it, like when attacking, like after I set up my tamers, after I have a few tamers out, I'm not looking for tamers anymore. I'm looking for my X antibody Digimon to kind of like get me going. So that's why I play this guy on play draw 1. I'm okay with Digivolving from breeding area with this if I already have what I need. But you're kind of like rushing, so sometimes it's fine to just play it and then attack. But with nowadays, is like level 3 doesn't even last long. For searching for tamers, I do play this one, the promo Gabumon. Play reveal 5 cards. So you might want to play this guy. So you're okay with Digivolving with this guy, but if you need your tamers, you might want to do that. So reveal 5. This is why I like it. The other one's like reveal 3. This is reveal 5. Add a tamer among them, and plays the remaining of any order. So I like 2 of these. This is fine. Like I said, I haven't really test played it. So usually, I haven't test played it since BT11. And at that time I was kicking butt. What else was I gonna say? So I don't know. Well, I guess I'll remember. Hopefully I'll remember. My other one is this guy, the Gomamon. I don't know. It's a BT1 on deletion game memory. So since you're pretty much rushing, you're okay with your Digimon dying, and this just kind of helps. So this is the guy you want to kind of Digivolve in your breeding area. Then you're pretty much like brushing your opponent. Let's see. 4 of the Leomon OP. It all depends on what the situation is. You might want to just rush, or if you think your opponent might do something, you just block. This is the other Leomon I played. I seen some builds that play the yellow one or the green one, or like the yellow one's like, I don't like, it's not worth it. I don't think it slows the deck. It's like where people it slows the deck out. I don't think it's needed because it's just okay. What's the odds of it being your security? That's one thing. Was like then like people are just security checking like no other. Like you could lose to a red hybrid like nothing. Then I do play the Leomon X antibody. So you pretty much want to build to this. So this deck is pretty much a Leomon X antibody deck. You kind of want to build to this right here, and then just security check your opponent, and then it dies. It has the effect that when your Leomon dies, you could play one Leomon from. So you're either whatever you want to. You're like X antibody, and that's your main objective to like Digivolve with X antibody. So it's either this Leomon or this Leomon, and then you're just kind of attacking. So you kind of want to hold on to some of these stuff and then wait into it. So let's see. I do only play one hybrid. Since this is a BT11 build, then nothing has changed other than the fact that I would probably go the BT12 hybrid Digimon where it's like jamming or something. That's pretty much it. Maybe 1 or 2. I think since it's a level 4 rush, you could do whatever. There's a lot of tamers, so I would probably go minimum of 1 for sure. I would change this to the better one. I know the guy that I helped make the Leomon deck. I think he might have put 2, which is that's a good number. 2 is pretty good. So I think he. Oh yeah. So when I was helping make the deck, like I said, I make the deck. I get a really good winning percentage, and I move on to the next casual deck that I want to make meta, like, or make competitive. That's why my channel name is Casual Chaos, because I try to make casual decks chaotic or something, some sort of. I want to make casual decks like bring the chaos in some of these casual decks, and Leomon is considered like a casual deck as of now. Hopefully by the time we're done and people see how good Leomon is, people are gonna start using it. Like I said, I would definitely change this to the better hybrid. Maybe add 1 or 2. So it just depends on your ratios you guys want to work with. Let's see. So that's my 4s. This is my 5s. This is, oh my god, this is like the best thing to happen to BT11. So the reason I'm able to make so my deck has quite a bit of tamers. And the reason why is because of this guy. When Digivolving lets you play a level 4 or less Digimon, it's also treated as Leomon, so this is awesome as well. And it gives you your Digimon rush. So let me put this at the bottom. So once you attack, so you usually want to have 2 stacks. Once you attack, which the tamer will help you out in getting 2 stacks. But once you attack, this guy dies, and then you get one of your Leomons. So it gives one of your Leomons rush. So that's freaking awesome. So that's that 5, and let's see. And then I went with this 5 as well, the other X antibody. So when you're really trying to rush with your X antibodies, because one of your X antibodies have the effect that when deleted, you could play the Leomon. So you're doing that. You usually, when attacking with this guy, you're usually, most of the time, I find myself trying to go to this guy because it's to keep the Russian Hairball. That's pretty much it. Yeah, I just want to keep the Russian Hairball so on the field. So I usually just go for that guy. This is also treated as a Leomon, so that helps with the tamer. When I was discussing the guy, like I told you, I haven't updated this till since BT11. But I kept on telling the guy that every time I would play against some of these decks, I found myself just kind of holding on to my level 6s. Because I find that I didn't really need them. Like, it was like I would just hold on to him. Like I found like it was easier to do that, or that not give my opponent too much memory or whatnot. So I just played 3 6s, but I was telling that the guy about it on Discord, and it might be better to just take him out. I don't know. I haven't test played, like I said, I haven't test played until BT11, so I don't know. But he said the times that he would want to use the times that he felt he needed a strong Digimon, Mega Death, would just clear it out. So he didn't really feel like he needed a level 6 to kind of go over some of the Digimon. But this is my ratio for as a 6 goes, because like you don't really need it as much as you think, because it's just a level 4 rush. So I might change that, maybe put more hybrids, or maybe just 2, so I could have 2 hybrids. Just do one of each. So I don't know. You could remove them all, level 6s, or do some hybrids in there, or more rookies, because you only play 10 rookies. So you might be able to increase this to 12 rookies, maybe, and then one more hybrid for game kind of scenario. So I would probably do that, honestly. Like I said, I haven't tested it out, but that sounds freaking awesome. Which is I like I said, I wouldn't have tested it just because it kicked butt so much. I haven't gone to the drawing board with this. So option goes Ice Wall, and 2 Hammer Spark. The guy had 3 Hammer Spark, but I told him like I would probably play 1 Ice Wall instead of 3 Hammer Sparks. Just because it's memory, and I love it when it comes from the security. So it gives the same effect, right? The security, and then with this one, it kind of protects you for a turn. So I like that part. I always like this ratio on blue decks, like 2 Sparks, 1 Ice Wall. And then the Lightsaber right here. I told him, like, I think the only clue I gave, I gave him a bunch of clues because he kept on asking me questions, and I don't want to give him the sauce, but I ended up just pretty much giving them the sauce. But because I was like, oh man, I want to make this deck. I want people to see this deck, how good it is. So I do play 3 Mega Deaths. I think the guy plays 4. The ratios are good. If 3 or 4, they're really good. Like I said, I kind of, all the decks I've made so far, I felt that you needed at least 3 options to kind of pop your opponent's Digimon, at least minimum of 3. 2 was never enough for me every time. So 3 has been like my golden number. So like I said, if you get rid of the 6s, you might be able to go 4 Mega Death. So I don't know. I like it. The reason I do 3 or 4, I would suggest, is because I love it going through kind of like security, and makes my opponent fear my security, which is awesome. So 3 of those, and the spice, or what makes the deck run, is 3 Cool Boys. Like the Cool Boys, God, it helps you so much. So you're just gaining memory of like crazy, which is I think the guy asked me like, do you need the options? No, you do not need the options, the Cool Boy, the X antibody options, because if you notice, like all your X antibodies don't get the effect by having the option in there. So there's no need for you to get the option. It's obsolete. Like none of these give you like this X antibody. What is it? Level 5 doesn't give, by putting in the X antibody on the bottom. Like it doesn't help you at all. I guess when attacking, that'd be cool, but nah, you don't really get much from it. So you just need the Leomon at the bottom. I guess the only one that does give you that would be this level 6, where the option, it says X antibody, but it just says Leomon in your thing. So it's you only have Leomon, so it's like so easy to do. So you don't need the option at all. And then this makes the deck go vroom. You know what I mean? I play 1 Davis. The guy was telling me that he didn't really like Davis. Maybe he's right. I don't know. I haven't test played it again against this new meta. Um, but I there's I got a love hate relationship with memory tamers, with memory setters, where I like the fact that I get 3 memory, but I hate the fact that it gives my opponent 3 memory to work with, pretty much, right? Because he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna set you to 3. Hell no, I'm gonna play another something to get to play." So it kind of, so that's why my love and hate relationship with memory tamers. I like this at least one Davis with because it lets you add 2 cards, lets you add a blue and a green, and everything is blue and green, so you can pretty much add anything here. Like I said, you're mostly looking for your your ex antibody, so you could go to your cool boys and stuff like that. What I found myself doing is kind of holding on to it. So I'll go Leomon, ex antibody, and then ex antibody level 4, and then next turn I'll go with this guy, right? And then I'll go the ex antibody, because usually you don't want to pass it to your opponent's turn on this guy, on this stage, on this level 5 stage, because there's like no you get no benefit from it. So that's why you kind of have to wait for it sometimes. And then this kind of gives you the help, the memory setter. Then I do play 2, Davis and Ken. This is so cool, man. Like you'll start. Usually I find myself starting off with like 5 memory, so lets me play like the lets me play, well, I guess last but not least, for these, the Jerry. Usually when I start with 5 memory, like lets me play this guy, right? Which lets me play one of my Leomons. And remember, your level 5s are also Leomons. They're also considered Leomons, so it lets you play from your hand. So that's why I like the going into this guy, or this guy. So I don't know. I need to test play it a lot for sure. I know the guy said he test played it a lot and it said his stuff was working. So it might be right. It might be worth to change these guys into hybrids. But yeah, the only thing I hate about the Davis and Ken is I'm not really too familiar with like blue and green. I'm more a Masamon player, so I keep on forgetting. I keep on forgetting to unsuspend my Digimon so many times, and I could have won probably more games with that. But yeah, these cards are awesome. But anyways, that's pretty much my Leomon deck, guys. Hopefully you enjoy it, and test it out. Like I said, test it out without the level 6s, or with the level 6s first and remove them, because like every time I would play, they would just be in my hand. There weren't much times where I felt like I needed my level 6s. So it might be better as hybrids, as just go for game, or was it, if you like, can remember, these guys are able to be played thanks to your to this guy. Remember when Digivolution play a tamer? So these are for free usually, or that's what you're trying. That's your goal, to make them free. So you have a bunch of tamers and stuff like that. And then I think the guy said he tested it against Black or Greymon, which is pretty much, you would think, would be its weakness, since it's it just pops your tamers. So he says, I think he's maybe 7 out of 10. I think he's like a 70% record against it. So that's pretty cool. So any of these you could increase by removing your level 6s. Like I said, I would probably go with the hybrids, maybe, or if you don't find yourself you need rookies, maybe the rookies. But most of the time, I think my rookie count is only 10, because most of the time I found that I could just play the Jerry and go to 4, right, and not really need a rookie. But anyways, there goes the deck. Hopefully you guys like it and try it out and make Leomon freaking the star of the show in one of these tournaments. All right, guys, have a good one. Take care. Stay safe. See you.